Hey, Mark Sargent. My name is Scott Beer, and you can reach me at scottabeer@gmail.com. SCOTTABEER, just like the beverage, scottabeer@gmail.com. I also have a website, scottabeer.com/flat, as in flat earth, FLAT. I also have some pictures you might enjoy, and it is photos, PHOTOS, .scottabeer.com. Okay, the reason for this video is I hear a lot of debate going back and forth between globe heads and flat heads and whatever, claiming this, claiming that. But you recently, maybe not so recent, presented something where a German television station contacted you and wanted to set up something, and so you sent 5 questions to some physicist and he couldn't answer them. And so in order for me to do the proper research on this flat earth issue and the secret masons and the water seeking its own level and the horizon rising up to eye level and laser tests, things like that, what I would love to have is to find out who the physicist was that you contacted. Because for someone to claim that they're a physicist and not to be able to answer 5 simple questions that me, a guy that owns a little cookie shop, can answer, I got to find out if there's fraud going on. We need to call this dude out, because that's bullshit. People count on information and they trust people. You know, you get a little bit of celebrity and you get some authority with that. I know I was, I'm not even going to tell you what I'm referring to. We may talk later, but once you get a microphone in your hand and people are in awe, they'll listen. So if this guy is claiming something that's false, I think we should call him out on it. And I would love to have an opportunity to do the due diligence that you guys say we should do. I mean, watching YouTube videos, that's not going to teach us anything. So if you could contact me, give me the contact information for the German television station, Ich spreche kleine Deutsch, and then maybe the school and that physicist, the Ivy League guy. I want to do some follow-up, and you're welcome to join me. You can be with me. I can report to you what the findings are, things like that. But this, taking these guys' words for it, isn't working. I want to find out why somebody claims they're a physicist and can't answer simple questions that a guy that makes cookies can. And I just want you to help me out. The entire world's watching. I had a video before, I took it down, and it was shared many, many times. But I want this one to go directly to you, because, obviously you don't answer your email. You maybe get a million a day. So Mark Sargent, from Scott Beer, a simple cookie maker, to you, world-renowned flat earth guy, would you please help me out with the information about the German television station, the physicist who claims he's a physicist? Because if somebody's a fraud out there, it's not very cool. I mean, the entire world is watching this. This is going to be changed into different languages, so on and so forth. So I would be really happy if you would help me out. And then maybe if you get a chance, I'm here in California, right by the coast. You can come out here, and I think we should measure the sun as it drops below the horizon, bottom first, of course, and you can measure how fast it drops. It's real weird. It's just about a 15 degree per hour sunset. And but we don't want to get into all that. I really want to follow up and see this guy that's convincing everybody he's a physicist, but folds like a chair. My name is Scott A. Beer. You can reach me at scottabeer@gmail.com. You can reply to this video with some contact information, and maybe even check out photos.scottabeer.com or scottabeer.com/flat, or even scottabeer.com/launch. There, I personally took pictures of a SpaceX rocket right here by Vandenberg Village from a 1,700 and I believe it's 62 feet elevation. So you can see the sun has set, the rocket has went up over the horizon, and all of a sudden it's visible again because that sunlight is kind of, you get it, the sun is hitting the rocket. But as the rocket climbs and it expends exhaust, the exhaust is coming out. As it climbs higher, it's coming out exponentially faster because the atmosphere is thinner. Then they knock off one of the boosters, the very first booster. Now it's going to land. It's going to land back at Vandenberg Air Force Base. But as this thing is propelling, the reason that they get rid of that booster is so they can change to another rocket booster, which has a different, I guess it's a propellant combination. You know, they have to tweak it for the atmosphere because gasoline on ground level doesn't burn like it does in Denver. You know, there's a little bit of air issues and carburation, whatever. So you get rid of a booster, it goes higher. The jets and the fuel are different. That's why they jettison a booster so they can go. So you can see this rocket launches in the dark, goes back up into the light because the sun is shining over the curve of the earth. Then the gas expands. And you can see this, scottabeer.com/launch. You can watch this thing. I took 20-second exposures and I put them all into, I made a table. But anyway, back to the MIT physicist, phony, fraud, fake, charlatan, whatever. Please contact me. I'm not going to break your balls or anything. We're just going to make sure that everybody that's claiming anything is legit, verified, documented, provable, and we got to get rid of these frauds. I mean, we have frauds in everything from insurance, which used to be the most honorable profession. Now you have car salesmen that are honest and physicists that are being frauds. So let's clear the slate. Contact me. We'll talk a little bit. Get me some information. I would like to do the research. I'm not going to go to Germany. I'd just like to have a conversation on the phone. Was magst du heute? You know, how you guys doing? Can you get me connected? Give me some questions. Why don't you guys give me 5 new questions? I'll do a little research and get back to you. But let's contact this guy, this physicist from this Ivy League school, and let's get this thing ironed out. And I'm Scott Beer, scottabeer@gmail.com. And I really hope to hear from you. And if anybody sees this video, if you could forward this to Mark K Sargent, that would be wonderful. And I love everybody. We just got to get this shit figured out. Thank you.